Hmm. Check 1, 2. Is this thing on? It's lonely in here. No one wants to play with Wumpus. Good evening. Huh. That's weird. I guess the lag goes both ways. Takes a minute to say people are even here, so that's weird. Wonder where everybody's at. Hey Noah, you made it. How you doing? It always takes a minute for people to notice that this is going on. You know, if you want to see a live chat start on time, go to Chuck E. Cheese's. Perfect. Hello out there. Feel free to say hi. I can't tell who's joining or what's going on. I don't know if any of you have noticed, but there's like thousands and thousands of views happening on that auction car video right now. It's kind of crazy. So I don't know what's going on. Magic, I guess. The algorithm loves drama. That's the lesson. Hopefully someday I can get Wi-Fi going out here and I can have an actual computer so I can see who's joining and what's going on. But I don't have that technology currently. Season T. Hey, how's it going? That's me, the Dodge guy. The garage full of dead ones. Hey Alan, how you doing? What's going on? Nothing's going on with me. I spent my day with niece and nephew and other nephew and many kids running around the house in circles and ruining stuff. Then we went to the family fun center and they ran around and ruined stuff there. Dead Plymouth Garage! Hey Dave, you made it! It only took 3 weeks. Bob, new subscriber here. Perhaps you can help me. Well, maybe. I just bought a 66 Polara. Can I find most new parts to get her mechanically roadworthy without buying from a high-end parts place? Yeah. Just depends on what you need. I mean, replacement parts are regularly available. I mean, ignition stuff is super easy. Brake shoes should be available. Wheel cylinders, hoses. I mean, go to O'Reilly. Go to your local chain. They should have them. You're not going to find Polara specific stuff, but the good news is it's a Mopar. It's all the same, mechanically speaking. So yeah, it should be pretty easy to find stuff. Just not body stuff. I don't really know a whole lot about C bodies as far as like body interchange and that sort of thing. We've talked about that before. How do you feel about the big four parts stores, says Noah? Favorites? What are the big four? We don't have Advanced out here. We have AutoZone, Alt Praise. What's going on? Or is it Praisey? I don't know. We've got AutoZone and O'Reilly, and then we have Small Local, Cut Rate, and Napa. Of course, they're locally owned or whatever, so I don't know if that counts as one of the big four, but they do carry the same parts. I actually like our local boys at Cut Rate. They give me the best prices, and they're not humongous jerks, and they kind of know their stuff, and their deliveries have always been pretty quick. Advance, Napa, AutoZone, O'Reilly, yeah. Costless, I've never heard of that one. Yeah, cut rates are local. Yep, crap. It's all about the crap. Yeah, they usually have what I need. Some of their parts really are on the crappy end of things. Points are one thing I wouldn't buy from most of those places. Go straight to Napa. Napa's got the goods. The reality is a lot of that stuff, ignition parts especially, they're all made by Standard Ignition, so it doesn't matter. It's all the same junk. But anyway, favorites. As far as the big ones go, O'Reilly. I owned a shop that I ran for 7.5 years, and they were really good. They had a fleet of delivery trucks and a commercial guy that knew his stuff. They were kind of jerks to me, so I stopped giving them as much business as I had been. My local AutoZone's good. The commercial side, the front of the house guys, they're just not super knowledgeable, and I know that's a problem with everyone. I don't know anything about Advance. So there you go. Carb Fire, Dave, Raidmaker. I've mentioned Raidmaker in plenty of videos. There he is. Carb Fire on the wagon. So obviously I didn't get to film it, and that's because I was trying to blow it out and like fan it off and screaming to guys, and one brought me a blanket and we tried to smother it and it wouldn't go, and then it smelled like burning blanket, and so then we threw that off and Tom had to hit it with the fire extinguisher. One little puff and it went. I can't say it really smelled like burning rat turds. It should have. The way that whole thing went, I did forget to vacuum on top of the engine, so the burned hole in the coolant hose was unfortunate. Luckily, it was not hot enough to be pressurized, so it didn't explode in my face. But it was a big fire. It was good size. Alex, finally took my 72 step side to our first car show today. Didn't take home any trophies, but made a lot of friends. Yeah, it's awesome. I resisted going to car shows for a long time because I'm not old and I don't want to just sit in a folding chair all day. And I also never had anything worth taking, really. But I've taken the Demon to one and the Charger to another, and I really thought the Charger was going to take something home. No, I didn't even notice it. The Demon, I was like 5 minutes too late to actually enter the show, and everyone in that place gathered around it. So I'm pretty sure I had a chance, but oh well. But yeah, I've never won a trophy, and I don't know if I ever will. But yeah, very cool. So my friend Mitch has an actual Little Red Express. I've got the 79, of course, and back now. And the black one, you still haven't seen the video for the black one. I'm working on it. I kind of got dragged into other things, but that's coming. The black one, Dustin has now. And so when I get the Power Wagon done, we'll have 4. And I want to do a video all on Dodge step sides. Bob, Fidguello, I'm assuming, or Fidgeo, I don't know. The days of parts people actually knowing much are long gone. Yes, they are. Despite being a younger guy, I kind of was that guy when I worked at O'Reilly. And unfortunately, there aren't a whole lot of us. You really got to find a good guy and stick with him. And hope he doesn't move on to greener pastures. Advanced Auto Parts are affiliated with CarQuest. Yeah, they bought them. There was a CarQuest here, and they were okay. Everything cost more, and their deliveries were slow. They did have a couple really good guys, so that was a nice thing there. But Advanced bought out CarQuest, and then they closed our local store. So that's gone. There's a shop in the back section of it now, and the machine shop is back. The same machinist left there and then came back. So the part I really needed out of them machining is still there, which is awesome. He's a good dude. Very knowledgeable. Stores in Central California are okay. I've been to auto parts stores all across the West Oregon when I was there with the Charger. The gal running that place Saturday morning, she knew her stuff. She just didn't have any of the parts I needed. I've had good experiences at most of them. Usually there's one guy that knows. Alex, also learned my 318 has something called X-heads on it. Don't know what those are. X-heads are the high performance 340 head from 68, 69, 70. Don't quote me on that. And then they're J heads. So mine originally had J. I think J is 7123, or it might be mid-year 71. Not totally clear on that. But X and J, those are the two legendary 340 high performance heads. And the J's also ended up on the 360 when it became the high performance engine in 74. So they're both good. They were a really good stock head. If you have a die grinder and valve springs and bigger valves, you can make whatever you want into good heads. But factory X heads are very good. Of course, also today you can just buy a chunk of aluminum to stick on there and then you get great performance. But yeah, if you've got X heads on your 318, cool. Somebody hot rodded that thing. They don't belong there. They have a bigger chamber. So people like to put 360 heads or 340 heads on a 318 because they flow more. But they have a bigger chamber, so they lower compression, and the bigger ports slow down velocity. So in some cases, you actually kind of give up low end torque and street power. So I don't know what your combination is like, but X heads are good. Doesn't necessarily mean they're going to work great on your 318. In terms of muscle trucks, Noah, do you prefer step sides or short wides? I've never had a step side, but love my D150 shorty. I don't know. They're both good. I'm really into step side trucks now, and I'll tell you why. The utilitarian nature. It's just cheap. It's the same bed they used for decades. Sure, they threw fenders on it, but it's the same junk. Wood boards in the bottom. Until the last couple of years, they got a metal bed for. Didn't know that until I got one. So that's cool. And simplicity is cool. And they have that look. The wide stylized bed is cool too. So I think I prefer the step side. Also because of the Little Red Express thing. But they're both good. I'm not here to judge. What I'm assuming is Season T appears to be loading. I don't know what that is. Stacy, I don't know about the States, but Napa up here in Canada is getting ridiculously expensive. Damn near dealership prices. Everything's getting that way. I can't get out of the parts store for less than $100 anymore. It sucks. But yeah, that makes sense. And I know things are harder to get in Canada anyway, and supply costs in general, there's a premium. I also know the dollar exchange rate isn't favorable, for mentioning that a few times. But yeah, it's tough. I use my commercial discount to the fullest. And actually, the local guys at Cut Rate give me the best deals on everything. They sell the same cheap hub assembly that O'Reilly sells. At O'Reilly, it cost me $90. At Cut Rate, $35. It's the same part in a different box with the same piece of paper. So anyway, the local guys win. And if you're watching, I'm not trying to like rub your back or anything. I'm just saying you win. Bob, your Will It Run videos are funny. You have an act for funny remarks. See, I think I do, but then someone today told me, you're not funny. You can't just copy Vice Grip Garage. It's not cute. You need to develop your own shtick. Exactly. Thank you, Bob. I appreciate it. Alex, thanks for the info. Time to do Speedy Boy shit. Cool. I like it. I put together 360 lately, which I hope you'll see soon. I really want to run that on the Mopar or No Kart at Rocket, and then bring that back here and put it in the CUDA. But we did a basic port match on that, basic cleanup. Someone had actually done a lot of it already, so it didn't take much work. We changed the springs. It's got a really aggressive cam, decent pistons. So, excuse me. We're going to see if I'm any good at putting an engine together. I've built a lot of stock ones. I've never done a performance package myself before, so I'm looking forward to that. I don't know. It might be a boat anchor, but it might be pretty good. We'll see. Bob telling Stacy, my local Napa is expensive as well. I avoid them most often. Online Napa has better prices for commercial trucks. Yeah. I just don't go there. The problem with our local Napa, they do paint. Actually, the one just out of town does paint. The one local has a lot of paint stuff. So I go there for that sort of thing when I have to, which is not often. There are some things they have, which is cool. And again, their Eklund line of points, tune-up parts in general, are really good. Their points are the best points that I've seen come in a box in the last decade. So yeah, there you go. Anyway. Bob, I've watched many YouTube mechanics. You're unique in your own way. Well, I'm trying to be that. The thing is, my repertoire of sayings, if no one has noticed, is almost entirely like movie quotes and stupid lines from Archer. And, it's just how I talk and where I find my comedy. And the thing is, I watch a lot of Vice Grip Garage. So, yeah, I say some of the things he says, and I'm doing the same sort of thing, but my show is not the same. My show is nowhere near as good. But it's got my character in it. And, you know, the me you see on screen is the me that exists. So I think you guys can tell that. Some people just come in and go, wow, you suck. I'm out of here. My sister says, you've always been this way. So who's really the copycat? That's the other thing. I want to say this. You know, people are like, oh, you're copying Vice Grip Garage. I've been doing revivals and driving junk home for 15 years. I just started filming it finally. And I'm doing a lot more revivals now that I'm up at Rocket, and there are a lot of cars that need reviving. But I'm not trying to copy anybody. This is my life. I'm just filming my life. So I can tell you guys, you know, kind of enjoy it. And you're the guys I'm making it for. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm also shocked and amazed to see my sister in the live. So welcome. What up, Duck? How's it going, Dave? I haven't forgotten yet. We got to make sure a couple more of the old timers get in here that should know the answers to our questions before we dive into that. No, I don't think you copy it at all. You have a funny narrative that goes well with the short clips you compile. Wonder what a video with less cute and longer dialogue would look like. Well, I've done some. Did anyone notice that for the 73 Charger video, I actually tried to be a little more serious? And it seems to have worked. So anyway, I did. I can try, but I can't change who I am. So, oh, Dan is here. Hey, Dan. Hold on. I got to get through all these comments. Welcome to the live, guys. But thanks, Noah. I'm not trying to copy anybody. I'm just, a lot of my one-liners and my dialogue, yes, that's actually how I communicate. Ask anyone that I hang out with in real life and crack stupid jokes, and it's always quotes and references. That's what it is. So I'm not trying to be anything I'm not. Hey, M1, how you doing? Bob, you remind me of Red Green from Canada. Well, if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Oh, keep doing what you do and ignore the haters. Yeah, I told one last night to bite my shiny metal ass, so I think I'm getting better. You know, I'm never going to please anybody, and I'm not here to do that. Unlimited power! You guys know that's Palpatine, I'm sure. Dan, get a heater in your worldwide broadcast booth. Not yet. But I come in and turn the light on early, and I've got one of those wax warmers in here, so it's actually 10 degrees warmer than it is out there, and it's not bad. I was going to bring a heater out here, but I decided I'd just, you know, rough it. Maximus Wedgie. Oh, this is good information, everybody. Hey, guys, just a head up. Keep your old Edelbrock accelerator pumps. Nationwide back orders. Wow. I kept my old one I took out of the Demon. I'm glad I did. Because it was perfectly fine. And my problem, if you didn't see that video, was the little weight was stuck on the ball, so it wouldn't actually shoot gas. But yeah, that's good to know. Hang on to those things. A lot of the old ones are still good. I mean, in cores I've opened up, they're still working. So yeah, that's everything. There's shortages on so much stuff. I know AMD sheet metal is still stupid. So are clutches. So's everything. My sister, over 15 years. You were doing it before you got a license. Well, yeah. Yeah, actually, before I had a license, I piloted 2 unlicensed Mopar A bodies on tow ropes home, one from across town and one from an hour away in Olympia. And then I had a friend drive home a third. So yeah, I've been doing that for a while. No, you can kind of tell when Derek drops his character a bit when he gets more in depth explaining certain things. Yeah, absolutely. He's putting on an act too, and it's not that I'm not, but again, I'm trying to just be how I am. It's funny, people that know me from videos and then meet me. Tom's twin brother Gary. I was working on his wagon for that video about firing order, and he said, he's exactly like he is on video in real life. And Derek, you know, he goofs around and all that, and he's got his funny sayings and stuff. But yeah, he drops his act and he explains things. He's a super knowledgeable guy playing a redneck on TV. And, you know, he's super genuine, super nice guy. If you were Derek, I wouldn't want you either. Yeah, thanks, Dave. I'm me. That's all I am. Hi. Stacy, I wouldn't compare you to Vice Grip at all. I've been watching Derek for years and have noticed a change in him the bigger he gets. Yeah, in his early videos, he's a lot more subdued. He's, you know, again, you could tell his true character. He's funny. He wasn't as confident when he started either. He found his voice, and that's cool. You know, and it's his voice, and I do like his videos. Because he does the same thing I've been doing for years, but on a bigger scale. And I've never driven any of these junk piles home 300 miles other than my Charger. Yeah, everybody's got to be a critic, Duck. I'm not worried. Ooh, I can find myself a hot girl here. Hold on. I need to make someone yeah, sorry. I do try to find the bots. I'm way back on comments here, guys. The bigger these live chats get, the more this is going to be a problem. I'm going to need a moderator. My sister Caitlin. It's how we've communicated with each other for over 3 decades. Get bored or F off. Yeah, it's all good. If you don't like what I'm selling, guy, move to the next stand. Stacy, your one-liners and references are awesome. Hell of a lot better than giving parts silly names. I mean, we do that, but Atwood language is a little different. We call batteries batteries. Clutch. I am to be funny, but that doesn't mean I am. Some people have told me you should do stand-up. Oh, Stay. We definitely don't like we ever met. Yeah, I get the same feeling. Okay, this is funny. Funny story. Noah, yes, thank you. I haven't reminded because I told you to remind me, so thank you. And Dan's here, so I'm hoping Dan might have some insights. Someone today said, I love these cars, but you're a weirdo, and I don't think I can watch any more of your videos. And I responded to him and said, find me a normal Mopar person. But he kept watching, and he went in and edited his comment. And then it said, I love these cars. You're kind of weird, but I think I like it. I understand your frustration. I think I'd like to have a beer with you. So, you know, maybe we can win him over. Blackvine. Can confirm, Jamie in person is exactly like Jamie in stereo. Thank you. That's, yeah. Us Mopar peeps are not normal. You're damn right, Dave. Duck, yeah. All right. Question time. And then you can ask me more things or whatever. Or I'll just keep asking Prudence for her feelings. Okay. This goes to Dan and anyone else who's been playing with Mopars for decades and might have heard of this or might know who to ask. We need an old school 4-speed guy. Okay, I'll explain my problem and then I'll explain his, which is the same but different. In my Demon, with the transmission in neutral, clutch out. If I hit the clutch and I try to put it in reverse, horrible. If I put it in first gear first, which has a synchronizer, it stops the guts in the transmission. Yeah, I know who you are. Blackvine's Dustin, I got it. First gear grabs the main shaft in the transmission and it stops spinning. So then you pop it out of reverse first and you can go right into reverse. I know a lot of them do. It's not just Mopar. I wouldn't say most of them do. Season T. I assume that's how you say that. A lot of them do. But not all of them. Okay, so here's the problem. My Challenger never did that. None of my MP435 trucks do that. The Power Wagon doesn't do that, and it's non-synchronized first and second. At a stop, it never does that. My Van's an 833, doesn't do that. The Barracuda's an 833 overdrive, and it doesn't do that. Dave's got one too. Iron Case, 1971, same as my Demon, 833. I think in his case, he's got a partial clutch dragging issue. We talked this over like a lot. Say so not. Say so not. Okay, got it. I'll try to remember that. Say something. Say something. Anyway, I think he's got a slight clutch dragging issue just from talking to it because we have talked about it at length. But I think even in spite of that, he's going to still have the same problem. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Club Cab doesn't do it. The MP435 doesn't do it. It doesn't. I've never had one, and I think I've had 4 or 5 MP435 trucks. They don't do that. So Now, Dave also heard an old timer tell him that the salesman used to tell people you have to shift into first. We confirm that. I don't think any of the operator's manuals say that. I know that not all 833s do it, but some do. The best thing I've heard that he found was adjustment, shim, end play on the main shaft. So what it sounds like to me is there's not enough, it's not tight enough. There's not enough preload. Yes, if anyone either has seen and fixed this issue, knows what it is, or knows who to ask. Mr. 4Speed, maybe. There you go, Duck. I asked. We'll see. Oh, and if you're watching this in Futureland, which almost no one does, and you have the answer, drop it in the comments, and we'll talk about it next week. Yeah, Dave, see that? Okay, if Raidmaker bought my 66, and unless you bump it halfway into first and spin up that synchronizer first, and then it goes right in. But when you're upshifting, it's perfect. Power shift, whatever the hell you want to do. It goes right into second, but it will not downshift. I don't know how to explain that one either. We need a 4-speed guy. Last one I've got in stock, unfortunately. It's just like super, super fermented apple juice. It's a little weird. It seemed like a good idea at the time. Say so not. Say so not. I don't know what that is, but it's still just a little loading circle. Does that mean I'm loading? Oh. Is it your internet or is it mine? Are people having problems seeing me? If so, let me know. Well, that sucks. Hold on a second. Let's see if I can fix this. Well, that sucks. Did it get any better? Tell me if it got any better. Captain X, hello. Can you hear me? Thought I remember reading somewhere a bad input shaft bearing on the 833 can cause reverse issues. Interesting. Okay. Captain X says everything looks good. If anyone else is having problems, say so. Dan, no 4-speed rebuild by me yet. Did all autos. I plan to try and rebuild the Demon transmission if I get the chance. Okay. I think it was trying to connect to Wi-Fi or something. It's kind of stormy out. I'm out in the shop and my Wi-Fi is dead. So, all right, good. Hey, YT. How you doing? Okay. Well, anyway, input shaft bearing, not the pilot bearing, right? The actual input shaft bearing in the front of the case. Because yeah, that's what. Okay, good. Internet land can hear me, see me. I think it was just Wi-Fi being stupid. It's worked every time so far on the 4G. Of course, we don't have the 5G out here in Redneck Land, so. I apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. Yeah, Dave's is fully rebuilt. Yeah. We'll find the answer. My brother has the rebuild book on 4-speeds. I wonder if there are any diagnostic tips in there. Welcome to the chat, everybody. Feel free to say hello, ask questions, give criticisms, tell me I'm annoying, whatever. Yep, I'll see if I can find the article again on the input shaft bearing. Yeah, do that. Awesome. My sister says, dude, our new Focus is so nice it makes me uncomfortable. It seemed okay. I should have bought it myself. I really need a commuter. But instead I bought another Cummins because I'm super dumb. Captain X, 56 Power Wagon. Awesome. I'm having difficulties getting it running. Okay. I'm not there looking at it, so I'm just going to make a couple random guesses. Mine, all I had to do was scrub the points with a file, I had to change the cap and rotor. For some reason, even when I had spark from the coil, I could not get spark through the cap and rotor. So I filed the points until I got spark. I changed the cap and rotor, and my truck would not run on the old fuel that was in the tank. So I switched it over to a gas can and a pump, electric pump, which I actually, incidentally, just switched off. It's now running on the mechanical, which is super exciting to me. But that's what worked on mine. Got spark, changed cap and rotor, fresh gas, and it fired right up and ran mint from the jump. I put new plugs on it just because. I didn't even put spark plug wires on that. I put them on the M37 because a rat had been in there. So I don't know if you've done a spark check to see if you have spark at all. I've been having problems even with gas that I've got sitting around in a can, not wanting to fire up old trucks. That happened on that 56 Dodge two-wheel drive that I did, and on the green 1-ton. They just wouldn't fire on the fuel I had. So make sure you're working with fresh gas. Oh, our lights have been blinking today too, so that's super exciting. Oh, Dan, you're murdering pumpkins? I should be doing that right now. We might tonight, or I might just draw a little smiley face on there. I'm just not feeling it. I don't know what it is. Pandemic changed me. I'm bored of traditions. I'm bored of crowds. I just want to relax. Have a beverage. But we may still do that tonight. We'll see. My sister, we really needed something more reliable and efficient. Thank you for not buying it. You're welcome. Dan had motorcycles with issues, clearances, and shift poorly. Yeah. Captain X, I'll try those. Thank you. Yep, you bet. Absolutely. Blake Gaddis, new subscriber here. Welcome, man. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching and the subscribe. I appreciate it. You might be one of like 100 people that subscribed today. So welcome. Thanks. I'll take a random guess that you probably saw the Mecum video. A lot of people have. So I'm still, it's been interesting. It's about to hit 20,000 views, which is really big for me. And I've gotten a lot of comments and stuff. Most people seem to agree with what I think. So that's cool. I appreciate it. But I'm interested to hear your thoughts. Dave, same. Oh yeah, Captain X, you've probably seen some of my revivals. I mean, basically that's step one. Make sure it's sparking. Almost everything I've been doing lately is points. So scrub the points. Check for spark. Coil wire off, hanging by metal. Make sure it's got spark. And if it still won't burble with fresh gas down the carb, little splash, big splash actually. Make sure you're actually getting spark at the end of a spark plug wire, because sometimes it will not get through the cap and rotor. Usually I think it's a moisture problem and it'll like arc out in there. But yeah, sometimes that happens. Is the storm getting worse? Well, I can't tell yet. It doesn't seem super stormy right at this moment. It has been a little bit. So, yeah. Oh, heck, I forgot about pumpkins. Yeah, so did we. Please do more of those Did You Notice videos. We found it very educational and entertaining. The Green Charger video was good info. Awesome. All right, sounds good. Can do. I actually, and again, obviously the huge positive response has been a big factor. So I went, okay, I'll do more of this. And I have gone looking for more candidates. I'll be honest, every other charger I've looked at on Mecum's site looks really good at a distance. And I've only found like two that had underneath pictures, and one of them was a beautiful rotisserie car, like, and the details were flawless. And I think I might do a video about that. Say, hey, this is what this should look like. This is what you want to see. But I don't know if it'll be as useful as this is what you don't want to see. So if anyone sees any auction cars or cars for sale online that I should check out that looks suspicious, please send me a link. Send it to me, email me, jamienoise@gmail.com. Comment it on that video, or find me on Facebook. Because I would like to do more. And not just because people really seem to like it, but because it's an interesting subject, and it's not that I'm an expert on it, but I know a bit. So I'm glad you guys like it. I kind of thought it might not be entertaining because it's just looking at a computer screen, right? So anyway, Dave, favorite intake for Street B engine, Torker. Done. Performer's good. I don't know why, but the single plane Torker is just kind of magic. Like, okay, Joe and I once did A/B testing. Now, mind you, this is an aggressive cam RB 440 with the dual plane Performer on it and the same carb. It had this hesitation. It had this stumble. So in a parking lot, we took the Holly off. We took the Performer off because it's a big block and you could do that. And we threw on the Torker. And seriously, night and day difference. It was gone. Now, I know a big part of that now, knowing what I know now, this was over a decade ago. I know it's probably better vacuum signal to the base of the carb for whatever reason through that intake. Maybe it had the divider ground out. I don't know. I don't remember. Or no, that one has no divider and has no divider. It's open. So maybe it's that. Better, more uniform signal carb just smoothed out that hesitation. I don't know. All I know is the Performer, yeah, street motor, fine. The Torker is awesome. But that's not what you asked. Either of them is probably good. There are other options. The only ones I can say don't run, the Offenheiser 360 is super cool looking but restrictive and weird. Captain X, yes. One more thing. What are your thoughts about the Widowmaker rims and tires? Okay, good news on... I've learned there is a difference. I don't actually know at this point what a true split rim is. The wheels on the Power Wagon are lock ring wheels. And the cool thing is, my local Schwab services that. If you're going to use your Power Wagon how it was intended to be used, which is at 45 miles an hour in the woods and in the fields on your farm, I think they're fine. I'm going to leave mine alone. Excuse me. And really, those trucks are such amazing time pieces, museum pieces. You know what I'm trying to say. They're cool. They should be left alone, in my humble opinion. So I would just live with what's there. There may be somewhere in the universe that big 5-lug wheel that is a one-piece modern wheel for a radial. I don't know. I think on the 6-bolt wheels, the Dodge like 300s used in the 60s, I think Isuzu uses that same pattern, so you could get Isuzu rims to put on them. But yeah, the lock ring wheels I think are fine as long as you seat the lock ring right. So, also, I sold a flatbed to a guy, traded a flatbed to a guy years ago. I just found his YouTube channel. The flatbed was a 61 Dodge, and it had the same style wheels, the 6-lug though. They rusted through under the rivets where the pieces of the wheel are riveted together. Check your wheels for rust. You're going to have scale, but check them for actual rust. Or not scale, you're going to have surface rust, I mean, in pitting, that's one thing, but actual rust in that area, not good. When his exploded, he said the tire ended up in a field like a quarter mile away. So just check them and make sure yours are in good shape. Clean them up, paint them. They should be fine. Oh, Blake, stumbled across Magnum videos. Awesome. Yeah. I've gotten a lot of useful Magnum information out there. Still planning to do a Magnum swap wiring guide. I've done 2 swaps myself. I've got a video coming out about another one, but it's already done and it's got a mega squirt, so it's not really helpful. I will do more Magnum stuff in the future. I have sold my Charger, which was my big Magnum swap project, to Dave Raidmaker, who's in the comments. I've got my van, which is also Magnum 360 4-speed, which shouldn't work. And it needs some work. So I might just do it on that, rewire that one, because it's bad. I wired it with butt splices in 20 minutes 5 years ago. Storm's getting worse. I'll take your word for it. Alan. Dave, if you don't put your eyes on something you might purchase, then you're playing with fire. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Put your eyes on it. Or if you don't know and you're just there to do the purchasing, find someone that does. give them money. Just saying. Oh, hey, by the way, I don't want to be that guy, but feel free to hit the thumbs up button because I think that like does something. Last week, everyone was saying, do the thumbs up and the likings for the Dead Dodge. Please do. On the live video. Thank you. 2 people just did before you even heard me say that. Stacy, had a torquer on the 400 in my 76 Cordoba. That thing ran like a scalded cat with an old Carter on top. I love old Carters, by the way. Still have the intake hanging on the wall. If I ever get another car with a B under the hood. Nice. I had a Performer, or is it a torquer? A 440 manifold hanging around here for years. And I was going to put it on a car. And then I was going to put it on the toolbox charger, and then I sold it. So I'm putting it on the toolbox charger again. But that's awesome. Yeah, I love doing that. I got a set of valve covers that were on my Dart forever ago. Put them on another one. Save a little bit of that. Time capsule. Thank you, Captain X. Time capsule. That was the word I was trying to think of. My Power Wagon is a time capsule. Completely stock drivetrain. And believe me, well, you've seen it on video. It runs perfect. It doesn't smoke at all. It cold starts amazing. I can't take that truck apart. It's a time capsule. It's such a sweet piece. So it stays like it is. With the 513 or 588 gears or whatever the hell it is, non-synchronized first and second gear, that's what it is. If I find another one that's all hacked up, I'll be able to come and swap one. You can take that to the bank. M1. I just installed a new wind intake and a new Edelbrock 650 on my Satellite 383. Seemed to run a little rich. Changed the needle springs with little effect. Would small jet help? Don't touch the jets. Change the needles. You have a cam in that thing, aggressive cam, or is it stock? Because usually that 650 out of the box is going to be sweet for a stock cam on an engine that size. That's been my experience anyway. Make sure your idle mixtures are set too if you haven't already done that. But here's a trick on Carter Edelbrocks. Loosen the 2 plates. Oh, my brother's home. That was a 6-liter LS swapped Impala pulling up. Loosen the 2 plates that cover the springs. Leave them with it running. Loosen them and magnet or move them out of the way. And make sure the pistons are staying down at idle. Okay? If they're fluttering, you need a weaker spring. If they're staying down, your spring is fine. As soon as you brap the throttle a little bit, a tiny brap probably won't do it, but a little bit, enough to drop the vacuum, they should jump right up. And then right when it comes to idle, they should go down, and they should not do this. If they're dancing, put a weaker spring in. Check your idle mixtures. If it's running rich at cruise, put in a bigger needle. A bigger needle closes off the jet. Leave the jet alone. Just pull the needles out. Get an Edelbrock tune-up kit. They're awesome. I've got one and I love it. I have a video on jet tuning, needle tuning, I should say. I think it's the last Dale's Demon video that I did that. But I do show it on video. I show the chart. You can find that online. But there's a chart and it says, okay, if you have this one and you need to go rich, go this way, go lean this way. And it gives you cruise and power. Because on your Edelbrock Carter needle, that's what it is. It's got that taper on the end. So you've got your power, which is the thin, and your cruise, which is the thick. You can tune them not infinitely, but quite a bit. So that's what I would do. Make absolutely sure your idles are set right, because that does affect your transfer slot fuel as well, which can richen it everywhere a little bit. At least cruise it can, I know. That should be a sweet combination. Wind intake and an Edelbrock should work really well for your 383. Captain X, wow. Okay. As far as the wheels, yeah, they're fine. Avon will never hit thumbs up. It's funny. 5 people hit it, so it said 13, and then they disappeared and it said 8. And I thought a bunch of you guys went, screw this guy. I try not to beg for the subs or the likes or the comments or whatever. Like when I want input, I will ask for it. I really will. But I appreciate people coming in and telling me what they think, and I appreciate the thumbs up. It helps the algorithm thingy. And my videos are getting out there. Just in case you guys haven't noticed, and you're not watching my YouTube studio all day, so maybe you wouldn't. I am having today the best day my channel has ever had. I haven't been able to check in the last hour because I've been on the live, but I'm probably going to hit 20,000 views for the last 48 hours. The most I've ever had before was 10,000. And that was when my demon video was going off, and that was when I had 900 subscribers. So having a really good day today. Super happy with that. And it's all that Mecum Charger video. Like I say, lots of interest, lots of comments, and super cool. So I do appreciate that. Avon, it's going awesome. Captain X, I love this channel. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm doing my best. That's all I can do. Noah, do you eat your sloppy joes as a closed face sandwich like a freak, or open face and eat it with a fork? I haven't had sloppy joes in quite a while. I think my wife's only made them like twice since we've been together. And before that, I was picky enough that I wouldn't eat them because they were called sloppy joes. But I'm a heathen. I fill all this with the sloppy and the joe. Oh yeah. Blake, I'm lagging. I apologize. Hopefully that stops. Here. I fell down. I'm going to move the phone closer to the window. See if that helps. I am in a big metal box. Hopefully this helps. Let me know if I'm still lagging. Hope it gets better. Have a good night, Stacy. Thanks for watching and hanging out. I'll have to try and find missing garage keys so I can actually work on my car. I blame the kids if I had any. Guess I'll just blame the wife. Blame the gremlins, man. Motion to ban Noah for being a monster and eating sloppy joes with a fork. And the motion is passed. Use the spoon so the sauce doesn't slip through. Yeah. Forks are the devil's work. I missed a lot of stuff. Colin drove by a while ago. What took him so long? I don't know. He's slow. Drives a Chevy. Say so, not. I'm just going to say it wrong forever. What do you think about EFI throttle body conversions for carbureted engines? I think you should get an Edelbrock carburetor and forget about it. And here's why. I've had nothing but fuel pump problems, tune-up problems, and dying oxygen sensors with the Holley Sniper and similar. I have not had any luck with them. I've had runs for a while. And I've been tempted to try it on my Charger because I have an Atomic EFI brand new in the box. But the Edelbrock works so well. So yeah, hopefully I'm not lagging. If I'm still lagging, let me know. Frame rate dropped like 30 when I moved the phone. Oh no. I'll move it back. I think because of this whole storm thing, stuff's just going bad. Let me know if moving it back helped. I don't know. Blame it on the Russians. I don't know who Sertet is. Blake, do you see anything wrong with putting the weight from a Magnum flex plate onto a 65 D100 Hydro Bell flywheel? Okay. You probably know this. It needs to be in exactly the same point in, rotational space. So clocked off the 6-bolt pattern, it needs to be in the exact right location, opposite of the front. I'll get to your comments in a minute, guys. I'm trying to get through. There's a lot. And this is only, about 20 people. So I can't wait till there's 100. That's going to be great. Anyway. Weight's got to be at exactly the right spot in the circle, matched off of your flywheel, and it's got to be the right distance from center. And you probably know that because centrifugal force, that's the whole point. As long as you get it in that right location, should be perfectly fine. It's like that big. You'd probably have to, I guess you could weld it. Yeah, you should be able to weld it. Or I've seen people drill holes and screw it with Loctite. It can work. You're just replicating what the factory had. And because you've got that Hydro Trans, you've got that huge flywheel, so the Magnum flex plate, you can't do the sandwich trick I do with the 10.5. Is that an 11-inch flywheel? I wonder if it's the same tooth count as a later Ram one from behind a Magnum. Maybe you could use a Ram flywheel, but I don't know if you've already looked into that. I'm not sure. I know they're similar, but I don't know that they're the same. Looks good to me. Cylinder wall washing. Yeah. Yeah, that's the problem I've had with the Sniper. Oxygen sensor fouls. Runs super rich. Douches the motor with gas. Awful. All of Colin's cars are worse than anything else known to mankind. My brother does cool stuff. It's all manual transmissions, decent engines, subframe connectors, disc brakes, sway bars, handling cars. He doesn't touch external. He doesn't care what it looks like. He generally doesn't care about holes rusted in things, although he did put whole floors in his Valiant. And for some reason, he has to have god-awful, uncomfortable, ruined seats. Has to, in every one of his cars. Can't have nice seats. Can't. And usually in his manual transmission swaps, there is no floor hump either. I showed a clip of his Fury. Oh, no, that video hasn't come out yet, but you're just looking at the transmission in the ground. M1, yeah, it's got a mild comp cam. They say it's the same duration lift as a stock Roadrunner cam. Interesting. And I don't remember what exactly that is, but anyway. Yeah, so mild cam. So that's what you need to do. First, the other thing is your carburetor tune is highly dependent on, yeah, your cam, but also your timing. You need to make sure you've got the maximum vacuum. Having that cam in there, you might want a recurve distributor so you can get a decent idle. So there are a lot of factors involved. That's the problem. And I've been there and done that, and I've gotten to a combination that just doesn't work. That's why I took the 383, the built 906 head big cam 383 out of my 66 Charger and put in a 360 Magnum because the combination just wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. So anyway, my point is, your cam's not as big as that one. So yours, you can make it work, but you need your timing curve to be right. You need to make sure you got enough base timing so it's happy at idle, so it's pulling enough vacuum to pull enough idle fuel to work. Verify your timing curve. You can do some tuning there, and that will make a big effect. Again, if it's a mild cam, it probably won't do a lot. But my point is that make sure you've got enough vacuum at idle, make sure you've got enough timing at idle, and do that check I said with the springs. Make sure they are weak enough that the needles stay down at idle. Muscle City Madness. Hi, Dead Dodge. Just finished your 68 Charger bring home video. Wow, what an adventure. I actually rewatched that last night, and I don't remember why. Nope, don't remember. Someone commented, and I was like, huh. I think I was just curious, but I rewatched it myself. It was quite an adventure. It was actually fairly uneventful. The first leg, getting it from... Where did I buy it? I don't remember. Wherever I bought it. Prineville? No. Lapine, Oregon. Getting it from there to Bend was a lot more exciting than getting it from Bend to home. But yeah, cool adventure. Super happy. A lot of comments on that video. People said, why did you drive it home? Why didn't you just put it on a trailer? Why? Because I could. I bought a Charger I could drive home. Why on earth would I not do that? It was amazing. It was a dream of mine, and I did it. Super cool. Anyway, yeah, cool. Thanks for watching. I like that one a lot. It's a big moment for me. And it's not gotten anywhere near the attention as the video on the Demon. The Demon's the one that pushed me over 1,000 subscribers, and I got a lot of hits for that. I need to do more content with that because people really do love it. But yeah, the Charger video hasn't gotten as much traction, viewership, but it's still going. It's still going along, and it's kind of picking up now. And I think the other 68 Charger video will help that. So that might even, excuse me, be how you found it. Noah, can we get a toolbox tour of my actual toolbox? Yes. I don't want to do that right now because I'm afraid if I go further into the metal building, I will lose the stream. So yeah. But I'll do an actual toolbox tour video if you want. There's a lot of crap in there. And I have 3 toolboxes in the shop technically. But yeah, the big one's kind of cool. If you meant the toolbox charger, yes. I need to start working on that. Dave, you should have your guy do a small run of like 10 of those sandwich tricks. Or the floors. Like turn the flywheels. I don't know what you mean about sandwich. I sandwiched the flex plate in there, but you have to turn the flywheel to do that. Huh, my sister Caitlin. I know what 3 on the tree means because of Colin. Has he actually had one though? Because I don't think he has. I've had a couple. Hope I'm still coming through here with decent reception. And feel free to hit the thumbs up if you haven't done it. Thank you. YT viewer, how likely do you think 66/68 Barracuda Formula S parts might bolt up to a 66 Valiant Signet? 66 is exactly the same car underneath. So any parts you could mean, I assume you're talking drivetrain probably. The whole drivetrain will bolt right in. The whole nose of the car will bolt right on. The suspension, the axle, the interior. The roof is different, obviously, but like door panels, front door panels are interchangeable. The whole dash is the same. Yeah. So 66, you're good to go. 68 is a different body. Now, you could use the drivetrain, but the exhaust manifolds aren't going to work. The mounts and the steering stuff aren't going to work. It can be done. But yeah, if it's a 66 Formula S, any of those parts will go right on your Signet. Dead Dodge Garage. Muscle City Madness again. Dead Dodge, I thought I saw one of your cars at No Name Nationals. Did you go to that? No, I didn't. I really wanted to, and I actually had a goal when I started my channel. It was part of it. I wanted to hit 1,000 so I could go. I can't remember. Whatever it was, I hit it. And then I bought Dale's Demon. So then I thought, well, everyone on the channel loves this car. I could take the car to Sykeston. But I didn't build it. So I'd kind of rather take a car I built. And then we started on the Barracuda project, and I thought, this is it. This is awesome. Let's do it. I want to build a car and run a car that I built, put the combination together to see if I could do it. And I'd feel better about that. I didn't. And 3 reasons. 1, I didn't feel like it. 2, the school year started and I kind of have to be here. My wife has a job. I could have taken my daughter with me. She would have been missed the first 2 to 3 weeks of school. 3, it's a long way from me. I'm on the upper corner of the West Coast. So to get there and back would have cost me about $2,000 in diesel. Because mind you, that was when diesel was at like its peak almost. It had come down a little bit. It's come down now and then gone back up, and that's just what it's going to do forever. But it would have cost me thousands of dollars to get there. And I still wanted to. Like, I thought it would be cool to do, whether it got me a bunch of views or whatever. I wanted to be there because a bunch of cool people were there. The Bad Tree Productions, whose sticker's on the wall now. I wanted to go meet those guys, and I thought that would be super awesome. And I thought I might run into Uncle Tony, but then he wasn't there. And of course, the Daddy's Money Garage fellas. Anyway, no, I didn't go. None of my cars were there. I wanted to. Considering to this point, I've made a grand total of $700 on YouTube. I can't really justify it money-wise. If things keep going the way they're going, and they do it again next year, I think you'll see me. So we'll see how it goes. Raidmaker, don't publish a video on his Fury because I'll try and buy it. He needs to sell something. He's got another B-Buddy that works. So I don't know if he's emotionally prepared to sell the Fury, but I don't know how many of our B-Bodies you want, but we'll keep selling them to you. Muscle City Madness, no fish tank parts needed. Question mark, smiley laughy face. Uncle Tony's fish tank parts video can be avoided with proper initial timing. I'm glad you brought that up. M1, thanks for the info. You bet. Hope it helps. Actually, so I'm still watching Uncle Tony. I don't know. If you just showed up, you probably didn't hear my mild criticism of him from last week's live. He has a lot of good information, and I have absorbed as much of it as I can. And I still watch his videos. And I saw that the other day, and that was helpful information for me because most of what I deal with is stock type stuff. or mild performance. Okay, so not big lumpy cam and it's untunable. The ones like that that I have dealt with, I have noticed I can't get a reaction out of the idle screws, and I never quite understood why. So actually, that video was helpful. Am I going to run out and buy a bunch of fish tank valves? I don't know. Next time I need to tune one, I might. I'll give it a shot. It makes a lot of sense. It did help me to understand. I know that lumpy cam, old school trick, drill holes in the total bodies, and it helped me to wrap my brain around that. Uncle Tony, as interesting a guy as he is, when he explains technical crap like that, it does make sense. And, big props for that. Dan, I think viewers avoid longer videos. I haven't really found that. My longer, revival things seem to do okay. I don't do a lot of short videos. Most of mine are minimum 5-6 minutes and maximum 25. Basically, I don't shoot for any length in particular. It's just whatever it is. So it's whatever. When I'm done cutting out all the extra cranking sounds, it's whatever's left. So I like to think of, especially now, I was doing daily 5 to 12 minute videos for months. I don't know how many of those you saw, but I was doing daily shorter videos. I could do 5 minutes working on every project car I touch. It just doesn't, I don't like it. I like to have a little bit more, bang for your buck. So most of my videos are going to be longer, but not an hour. Blake, are you going to do a more detailed vid on Magnum EFI wiring? Yes, I actually talked about that a minute ago, or 20 minutes ago, whenever that was. Yes, I am. Many, many people have asked since I first started posting about them. My first Magnum swap video, the one where I say it's an LS swap, but slightly worse. And I stand by that, by the way. It's slightly worse. It's about 100 horsepower worse, thanks to the kegger and a worse cylinder head. But that's fine. It's neither here nor there. It's a great engine. And a great EFI system. And some guy on a Facebook group that I'm in called Magnum EFI Engine Swaps got on yesterday and said the Magnum EFI system is trash. No, it's not, if you understand what it's meant to do. And you want it to do what it's meant to do. If you don't want to make 500 horsepower, it's great. If you want to make 500 horsepower, throw the kegger away. It's never going to happen. I know that. It's a great setup. You probably know that. And that's why you want to wire one. So, getting back to that. Yes, I am going to do a detailed Magnum EFI wiring guide. I wanted to have a subject vehicle to do it with. I want to show every step of doing it. It's really simple. I want to show all the information you need and explain everything step by step. And I wanted to do that while putting a car or a truck together, because I feel like that would be the best way. I could just explain it to you and show you pictures of my Charger. I just didn't. I thought I would do a whole front to back, and I had a project that I bought specifically to do that, which is my 79 Stepside Dodge, the one that's a little Red Express, but less. My friend Dustin bought that. He's in the comments. And I was still going to do the swap for him. Really, I was, but it's been such a crazy year. I haven't been able to even start on it. So haven't done it yet. And then we got another Magnum swap Stepside Dodge. So I just traded him that one for the other one. And he paid the difference because it cost me more. And now he has that, which takes the weight off my shoulders to get it done. So not that there ever really was any. So anyway, yes, it will happen. I think it's going to be really popular. A lot of people have subscribed and have asked, hey, can we get a guide video? I haven't forgotten, and I will do it. I just don't know when. Dan, fish tank valves are fun on rental turbo cars. Yeah, so are vice grips. That's kind of the Cummins trick, I guess. Vice grips on the wastegate hose. Haven, longer videos do well when the content is easy to have on a second monitor without needing to focus all your attention on it. So fun videos, and that's usually what the longer ones are meant to be. They're supposed to be fun. You're going to learn tidbits on reviving old junk, from my revival videos, but you don't need to pay attention and learn. So yeah, that makes sense. My sister, Caitlin, There are two kinds of viewers. Some prefer short and some prefer long form. Just got to figure out who your audience is. My audience is whoever watches and whoever sticks around and comments things like Wigwam Jones. I just want to say thanks for all you're doing. I like it all. Awesome. Thank you very much. You are my intended audience. Cool. Lots of people aren't. People come in and criticize me, and that's fine. I'm not for everybody. I'm an acquired taste. But awesome. And I've had friends, local people from the beginning who have watched every one of my videos, who when I stopped posting videos sent me messages. Hey man, where's my Dead Dodge Garage video? Just sitting here in the shop wondering where my daily Dead Dodge Garage video is. So I really appreciate those people and people like you who have come along and are always commenting and watching. Super cool to me. Wisdom Vendor, how you doing? Almost missed you tonight. Didn't see you at 7:30, so I figured you weren't on. 7:30 Central. Isn't that 2 time zones over? Isn't it? I'm Pacific, Mountain, Central, so I would be on at 8 your time. Right? I think that's right. Anyway, glad you made it. Here we are. Caitlin, exactly. I think it's more your audience will figure out if they should stick around or piss off. Yeah, that's what they do. Awesome. Good to hear. Yeah, I'm in Washington State, Wisdom. I am in Aberdeen, Washington. I can actually smell the Wishkah River, the muddy banks of the Wishkah from my house, and I can almost see the Kurt Cobain Memorial Park from my back deck. Avon, when you stopped doing the dailies, I had to make sure I hadn't accidentally unsubbed. I was definitely a little worried you decided to drop it. No, with closing the shop, that was a big factor. Going and getting a real job, that was a big factor. Doing mail trucks and stuff here all the time, that was a big factor. This summer and the end of it, just got so crazy. Things kind of got funky there for a little while. And I'm not going to say I ran out of ideas, but I wanted to make sure the ideas were good. And I've found what I want to do, and I'm going to keep doing that. And again, I'm going to put out videos that I want to. And if you and everyone else will like them, awesome. Several people have said, man, you're a riot. We'd watch you knit, or whatever. Insert thing here. So 2 hours. It's 9:08. Oh, Muscle Car Mitch is on Central Time. It's 9:08 there. It's 7:08 here. So that's... Yeah, 2 hours. Math. Yeah, so yeah, you'd have to look at 8. But yeah, I'm in Western Washington. I'm in the part that's really wet and everything rests. But not as bad as in the east. Dan sent mechanical fuel injection stuff in wagon comments. Yes, I saw it. I don't know if I'm going to do mechanical EFI. I mean, it's cool. Super mechanical EFI. Hold on. I don't know if I'm ever going to do mechanical fuel injection. Because I know there's a learning curve. Super cool. And obviously it's old school stuff. Sooner than that, I'd be doing dual quads on the Barracuda. I want to do dual quads on something. But yeah, that stack setup on a 273, so cool. So you said the only setup now is big port, right? So it wouldn't work for the 273, which I would have in that Barracuda. I'm not saying it wouldn't be cool. It would be amazing. And that one on that Hot Rod cover, or was it Mopar? It was Hot Rod, right? Super, super sweet. I mean, that's kind of what I have in mind. I don't know if I'd go that hardcore. My sister. I think I'm genetically required to stick around. Genetically highly recommended. Muscle Car Mitch, Central Time. Amen. Absolutely love you putting out the videos you want to. I phrased that wrong. Absolutely love you putting out the videos you want. I love you too. People who only make videos for their audiences burn out fast or start hating it entirely. Yeah, that's exactly it. And it's not that I was starting to hate it or get sick of it. But posting daily was very taxing in the ideas department. People have said that for YouTube, it's not uncommon to spend, what was it, like an hour on a minute of video? Something ridiculous like that. And mine is nowhere near that. I can put together a 25-minute video in an hour, hour and a half, maybe less. Because I don't script anything or worry about content. Sometimes I have to do reshoots only because I trip over my own tongue. That's it. And a lot of engine cranking ends up on the cutting room floor. But yeah, anyway, posting daily was tough. I'm going to post what I feel like. I'm usually doing, I'm doing Saturday mornings and often Sundays, and then I'll try to get a middle of the week one in too. Excuse me. I've been filming so much lately. Subpar content is my trick. Oh, you're still a moderator, Blake. That's awesome. Welcome to the chat. Subpar content. I've noticed your videos are really long, and people a minute ago were saying, well, sometimes people don't like longer videos, and I don't mean to judge. You're free to judge me. Everyone else does. Yeah, longer videos. I don't really have the attention span. In fact, I started watching Vice Grips Grand National video today, and I got 10 minutes into it and went, okay. I still really like him. I don't have the patience. What did I lose? I lost something. I was saying something. Burn out faster, hate it entirely. Yeah, I'm going to try not to do that. I'm going to do what I feel like. Oh, what I was saying is, what with all the 64 Plymouths at work, I've got one more 64 Plymouth video coming, and then that's it. Unless the people beg for more. I've got a lot of content. I made 3 videos on Friday. And 2 last weekend, and you haven't even seen them yet. So I need to get them edited. I need to get through things. I'm still not going to put them out every day, but there will be more. There will probably be 3 or 4 videos this coming week. I don't know if they'll all be winners. Wigwam Jones, come to Southeast Michigan if you like Rust. I had to go to Tennessee to get my Valiant. Seems like there are a lot of good projects in Tennessee. I've actually been seeing a bunch for sale there. But yeah, so the rust we have here is not salt rust. It's salt in the air rust and constant moisture leaking through back windows, trunk seals rust. So it's always quarter panels. It's always chunks of floor where water gathers. It's not like, oh my God, the tops of the fenders, tops of the torsion bar. Reconnect! What is going on? Huh. What about seeing my hand? You'll hear me say something. Something weird's going on the internet. Bad tree. I have a long video problem. I don't know how to tell a story fast. I know how to talk fast. Wigwam Jones. I really like Vice Grips. He blew up big, and I haven't seen stuff like he used to do. Yeah. I agree. I still like his stuff. Brian Tucker, C5 Corvette, no rest, drive it year-round. Hello, I'm back, yay! I don't know what happened. It's a cell service thing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's the storm or wind or aliens or sunspots or what it is, but if you can hear me now, awesome, great. I don't know, I've never seen what just happened before. I'm in low resolution on my own screen. That's probably not a good sign, but as long as you guys can hear me. I don't know what you lost. I was explaining something. Oh, that in Washington, we get rust light. Yeah. In fact, I've heard people say good, solid West Coast steel. Well, okay. Dan, I like both long and short videos. Charger drive home made me think of a great road trip. Yeah. Stuff goes wrong, deal with it, and keep moving. That's exactly it. And there again, okay, when I started watching Roadkill, which now was a decade ago, I guess, what they were doing was what I did. And that's why I liked Roadkill so much. It was like, this is the kind of stuff we do. We drive junk you shouldn't drive. We put crap back on the road. They're our daily drivers. We only drive crappy beater classics. We rescue them out of junkyards. We rescue them from other places. I've hot-wired more sets of headlights on the side of the road to get home than I can count. It's just what I've always done. And so, yeah, same with Vice Grip. Like, you see him doing that. I've never done as much of that. You know, go somewhere and buy a piece of crap that hasn't run in 30 years. No, I haven't done that. But stuff that's been sitting and shouldn't be on the road, absolutely. I just started filming it. But yeah, I really like that sort of video. The Charger, that was something really special for me anyway. Like I say, I think it's funny that people were in the comments saying, "Why would you ever drive that home? Just put it on a trailer." They didn't get it. Wisdom Vetter. Hated to see Roadkill leave YouTube. Yeah, I get that point of view. I understand. Like, I do. And I'm on YouTube now. Like, I get it. I have Motor Trend on demand. I don't mind spending the like $5-6 or whatever it is. There are no ads and they turn out good content. There was a time, Roadkill Extra, which they canceled because no one watched. Bullshit. I watched every single one. All of them. All of them. I watched them all on Motor Trend on demand. Every episode of Roadkill, of course. And the other shows that they make, since they've switched to their weekly releases, things have kind of gotten away from me. There was a time where I was up on every one of the Motor Trend shows, every episode. Of course, they cancel Dirt Every Day now, which sucks. Although I have to say, the last couple seasons, I just kind of haven't been into as much. And I don't think it's because they've gotten worse. I love those guys. I think it's because it's every week for this amount of time. And it's like, well, I don't know when that is. And then, great, now I have 5 of them to watch. I'm not going to do that. I don't have the time. When it was monthly, it made sense to me. So, again, I think it's a fair criticism, but I still really like Motor Trend on demand. I still pay for it. I'm happy to do that. I pay for a YouTube Premium too, by the way. It's $8 well spent. Dave, it's all in how these cars are stored. My Dart was in Edmonton since April of 1970 until April of 22, when you bought it. Now in Phoenix, no rust, never did, never will. Yeah. Dan, it's life. Enjoy the drive. Yeah, exactly. Seriously. My dream, was to own a 68 Charger, but my real dream was to go buy it somewhere and drive it home. How often can you do that? How many people do you know that have? Just saying. Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Oh no! Water got on it! It's like people on my demon videos. How dare you get mud on the quarter panels? The original owner's screaming at you. He must hate you. You're treating his car like garbage. It's my car, man, and I'm going to drive it. Not in the rain. Definitely have to drive it home. See, my sister gets it. Allow the car to fulfill its purpose by being driven. Exactly. My sister's not a car guy, but she gets it. Cars are cars. Use them like cars. I do. I've put hundreds of pounds of kitty litter and chicken feed in the trunk of my 340 Demon. My 2-owner, 85,000-mile 340 Demon. Just saying. Vice Grip Garage stole Roadkill's Thunder. I don't know about that. I mean, first off, they get along really well, so obviously they're not mad at him. And now he's got a Motor Trend show also, which I will say is good. They edit it for time, they edit it in a very different way than he does. And there's a soundtrack more, which it's fine. It's a different show, but it's also the same. I think it's good. Really do. And I don't think it's the same as Roadkill. First off, those guys, who I've met, by the way, super cool guys. They do all kinds of wacky stuff. I mean, vet cart, off-roading a bouncy car. That's actually the episode I met them on. My shoulder and the side of my brother's head are in the Lowrider episode. Anyway, I disagree. I mean, they're in the same vein. But again, I'm in the same vein. And at least 2 people have said that I'm copying. But I disagree. I think they can both exist, and that's not a problem. And Roadkill is still Roadkill. They're still true to what they were. People say they aren't, but they are. Noah, I watch the dailies too. Haven't had the service for years now, but I always loved Dulcich and his Mopar farm. You know what I love about Dulcich? He's a weirdo. He's a real Mopar guy. And, I follow his Instagram. I follow him on Facebook. He's a real person. He's had a real interesting life. And he's kind of a weirdo. And sometimes he gets drunk and he comments dumb stuff. It's amazing. He's a real human and a real hardcore Mopar guy and very interesting and weird. So, yeah, that's why I love him. Totally agree. No-Nos Lug Nuts, you're canceled. My sister. I'm the sibling and assistant of Car Guys. Assistant to the assistant. Actually, my sister, when my brother, who was my partner at my shop, it was basically just us at that time. One helper who left pretty quick. Anyway, I had no help, and my sister rolled up her sleeves, came to work with me, and was changing oil, changing brake pads, swapping out parts. Awesome. She's a mechanic when she feels like it. She's also a mother of 3, so, that kind of killed the mechanicking time, but you're more, yeah, okay, I'll give you advanced assistant. How about that? Cheerleader. No, not a real cheerleader. You know what I mean. Dave, I like it also, just wish more Mopars. Yeah, but it's okay. YT viewer. Bought a beatdown Valiant, sight unseen, drove it home over 1,000 miles. It was a blast. Awesome. Yeah, the Charger is the furthest drive home I've ever done. I've done 100 miles before that, I think, but not much more. And most are more local. I mean, 30 to 50 miles. So Derek's better than me. He's more dedicated to his craft. But that's awesome. Very cool. Wigwam Jones. My 69 Charger was bought out of a junkyard in National City, buried up to the door sills, rode out of its own grave, drove it back to Camp Pendleton. Of course, that was 1981. Awesome. Very cool. Derek has a Motor Trend show? Yes. I realize if you don't have Motor Trend and you don't follow them all on social media like I do, you might not know that. I do this thing where I assume everyone knows what I know, and sometimes it bites me. It really bought me in Shopland. But anyway, bought me, bit me. God. But yeah, Wisdom Vendor. Derek has a Motor Trend show. It's called Roadworthy Rescues. And the last one I watched, he actually revived a tin grill Dodge tow truck, which was super cool. I think it was 4-wheel drive. 78? No, 80. 1980. Round headlight 1980. I think. Doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, and it's the same as his YouTube show, basically, but with a higher production standard. They use real cameras, real audio, which he does. His is pretty good anyway. More TV-like editing like you'd expect, and a constant soundtrack like you'd kind of expect out of that style show. And they edited a lot more for time. So there's, it's actually a little less funny. I haven't seen his jump cut stuff as much in it. It's a little more serious, I guess. But it's basically the same show. And it is good. It's worth watching. Muscle Car Mitch. I've seen more cars rot away from sitting than ones being driven. Yeah, exactly. They're cars. Use them like cars. One thing I like about the Brothers Collection, which I didn't get to go to, I've seen walk-arounds and looks at their cars. They have a team of people that keep them running. They drive them. They maintain them and make sure they run. Keep them happy. Cool. I think that's what people should do. Oh, yeah. Dave Duck says, Freiberger is just getting more famous. That's life. He is. He's an important figure in car world. I mean, really, we can thank him for a lot of stuff. Partially, Derek and I could both thank him for what we're doing becoming popular. Probably. We can thank him for Bettina cars becoming cool. Kind of. We can thank him for putting a 440 in a Dart with screw clamps holding the transmission down. We can thank him for Hot Rod Drag Week. He's a very influential guy, and he's a real, honest-to-God car person. He's not a big industry, big money person. He's a real human, and likable, and super cool guy. And it's funny, when my brother and I met him, we have pictures, they're on Facebook, but when we met him, he's about my height, and my brother Colin, who's 3 inches taller than me, I think, is about Finnegan's height. So the picture of the four of us, my brother and Finnegan are next to each other doing this, and me and Freiberger are just kind of standing there next to each other, like, kind of uncanny in a way, actually. So I enjoyed that quite a bit. Haven. I keep pausing when customers come up. being confused about the live chat moving. What happens? I need sleep. I don't remember where you work. I should know this. I'm bad at stuff. Blake, ViceGrip jumped in when Roadkill left YouTube. Don't get me wrong, I really miss Roadkill on YouTube. Yeah, okay, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, it kind of filled the hole where Roadkill was. And that makes sense. And I'm not bagging on you. I get it. I'm not bagging on anyone that says, I miss Roadkill being on YouTube. So do I. It's how I found him. And that was cool. But by going to the subscription service, they were able to have a better budget to keep it going and do bigger things. And I get that. It just made more sense for their business. They work for a company. So the company having control of the platform and the release and the money coming in, I get that. It makes sense. And I understand it as a business move. So I'm not mad about it. And Motor Trend is cheap enough that it's worth it. I got a little tired of people screaming at Freiberger in the comments, why did you leave YouTube? I'm never subscribing. It just all got a bit old. It wasn't in his control. And just that tone sort of made me, I'm not going to criticize it. Enough people have done it. That's what I'm trying to say. But yeah, that actually does make sense. Maybe we need to timeline those two events and see if it really happened. If ViceGrip really took off after Roadkill left YouTube. Noah, can you tell us more about the shop you used to run? Proudest accomplishments to come out of it. Bad customer encounters. I will tell you more. I think my proudest accomplishments right here. Hang on. Never mind. I don't know where the hell it is. Oh, it's in my house. My proudest accomplishment, and it's a little thing. And I know I'm missing some comments. I'll get to them. Wisdom Vendor, I don't do social media. Good for you, dude. I had completely deleted Facebook off my phone, and I wasn't playing the game anymore until I got into YouTube and realized it was a tool that I needed to use. Anyway, proudest accomplishment to come out of my shop. There are some things from my shop. My proudest accomplishment is a framed letter that the local newspaper sent to me because my shop was voted #1 mechanic in all of Grays Harbor by the people. The paper didn't pick them. People voted, and we were #1. And on Google, we were #1. We had the best rating. We did that with 3 guys or 4. No manager, no service writer, no secretary, no money, no formal automotive training. None. Just being guys that loved cars and liked what we were doing and wanted to do it our way. And being friendly and honest with people. Okay, am I back? I hope I'm back. It did the same thing again. Someone tell me if I'm back. Yay! We did it! Okay. Yeah, so anyway, I'll tell you about it. The shop I ran was a small operation run by partners. Me, my brother Colin, who's slightly taller than me and has a red beard, and a Chevy. My very good friend Jordan and his brother Zach was part of it for a while. And before they came on, it was just my brother and I. For a time, it was just him and a guy we'd hired. That got complicated. So then it was just us and a little help. And yeah, the family business. So proudest accomplishment, putting my name out there, having a family business, and having a great reputation. Were we perfect? No. Did I have bad customer encounters? Yes. I actually had a better Business Bureau complaint once from a lady who scream cried at me on the phone because I ruined her life because she overheated her Honda Accord to nuclear proportions and I couldn't fix it fast enough for her. I made her lose her job, and she sent her complaint to Better Business Bureau asking me to pay a month of her salary. So yeah, I had some bad customer encounters, but most were good. And we definitely, we weren't perfect. We were just some guys. But find me a shop that is. I mean, that's the thing. We had a 4.6 4.7 out of 5 rating, or 4.6 out of 5, which was the best on the harbor. And that includes the dealerships here and the big money private shop downtown that had a pretty good reputation. Except they really like to rip people off for some reason. So there's that. Yeah, we were just the little guys trying to make it. We wanted to work on classic cars all the time, but we had to follow the money, so we worked on everything. I'm proud to have done it. I really liked having the Atwood name out there. It was awesome, and I wish I still did have my name out there. That gave me a great amount of pride and serving my community. It was awesome, and people really appreciated it. But it was tough. It was really tough, and I do not miss running a business. So anyway, there you go. The writing was on the wall for a long time. I just chose to ignore it. My sister, I was apprenticed when he took paternity leave, but didn't have the focus to remember everything I needed. I'm back. This is probably going to be the last time. If it happens again, I'll probably be out of here, guys. That's just ridiculous. It's a little annoying. I might have to figure out better internets for next week. We'll see. Maybe it won't be storming anymore. I didn't know Tony Angelo got picked up by Haggerty. That's interesting. Good for her. I'll try holding the phone and see if that helps. Even works at Arco. I get to see a lot of neat cars. I should probably check my Facebook. My grandparents might think I hate them if I don't respond to their birthday posts. There's all the yearbacks from the last time, which wasn't that long ago. Wisdom Vendor, thank you. A brother with a Chevy. Is he feeling okay? I know. He used to be cool. He used to be a Mopar or no car guy. Unfortunately, he wanted the supernatural Chevy, a 4-door hardtop 67 Impala. He bought 2 of them. One of them, he put a 6-liter and a 6-speed in. So it's basically a Corvette, but it's a 67 4-door hardtop Impala. And it looks barn fresh, basically. Although he repainted the roof white and blacked out the hood with rattle can for some reason. I'll feature it on the channel someday. Obviously, it's a Chevrolet, and that's not my people, but it is cool. It's me. I'm back again. Noah, I enjoy these streams nonetheless. Clear your phone cache. Sure. Dave Duck, there's nothing wrong with Chevys. Well, it's funny because when I started buying nice stuff, he told me, you used to be cool. That's why I say that. Dan, with the coming storms this winter, connectivity is going to be an issue. Yeah, I need to get a LAN cable run out here from my house and then get a Wi-Fi repeater in the house. Muscle Car Mitch, I know how your brother feels. What, liking the supernatural car? It's not that it's not cool. I get it. But he used to be a hardcore Mopar guy just like me, and now he's only mostly a hardcore Mopar guy. Even holding the phone is smart. Human antenna helps with signal stuff. And maybe Mopars and old Jeeps, old Toyota too. Yeah, but now you get the rock from my elbow because I can't hold it steady. I got to put it down. I'll probably lose you again. We'll see. It is what it is. We're getting to an hour and 40 minutes, so Mopars and old Jeeps. Yeah, I love old Jeeps and old Toyotas. Any Toyotas, actually. Corolla, Camry, pickup, whatever. Old Chev. Yeah, he's got a square body Chevy in my lot out here too, which I really want to just impound and send to the junkyard. He's not doing anything with it. It's a piece of shit. Which makes me think, have any of you noticed I don't swear in my videos? That's in case you're watching at work or your kids are nearby. I don't know if... In real life, that's one thing I'll say. The Jamie on camera is real life Jamie, except real life Jamie cusses like a fucking sailor. And that's the truth. Nothing wrong with Chevys. They're cool Chevys. I like them. I'm not a Chevy guy. I'm going to have to lean on Uncle Tony again. Everything in my life is Mopar. Every part I have fits a Mopar, so why would I get a Chevy? I do have a Cadillac. Chevys are better than Fords, though. We can agree on that. Yes, we can. I don't remember ever seeing a pre-90s Toyota. Are there older Toyotas? Yes. Yes, there are. Yeah, I also agree with Noah. Stacy, damn it! Just realized House of the Dragon is done. Now my Sunday nights are meaningless. Thank God your live stream is just going. Still going. Happy to help. Yeah, we watched this finale the other week. Did you think it sucked too? I feel like that show started out really strong with the younger actresses, and then I don't know. I know everyone on the internet hates it anyway, so I don't know what you're gonna say. I watched it. The funny thing is, I had never seen Game of Thrones except the last season, or maybe 2 seasons, and my wife had seen it, of course. So we were actually rewatching all of Game of Thrones, and we just finished it right after House of the Dragons finished. We were watching both at once. Now we got nothing. Muscle Car Mitch. I will have another Mopar again. I've been hardcore, just working toward getting one I really want. That's what I did. Still can't get away from vets, though. Been fooling with them on the side for years. I will have a Corvette someday. Although I actually kind of want to do a split window kit car. This might never happen. Alan, tell us about this Cadillac. Did I actually say a minute ago everything in my life is Mopar except for the Cadillac? 1971. I need to do a video on it. I haven't even started a video on it. It's a 1971 Cadillac Fleetwood 60s Special Brougham. That is the complete model designation. Fleetwood 60 Special Brougham. 472. Automatic everything. Air conditioning that I recharged with 134 last summer when it was super hot here. Works great. Mint leather interior, basically. I sold it a year ago, like last week, to a guy that was going to restore it. And he didn't. He abandoned it on the side of the road in Vancouver when the water pump belt blew. But he did detail it for me. Polish the wheels and clean the carpet. So. My sister. Rodents of unusual size? I don't think they exist. Dan had a coworker who knew 4 languages so he could cuss and make it into poetry. I speak Spanish fluently, kind of. I don't know many bad words. I know a few, but not many. Wigwam Jones, I had an 86 Toyota pickup. Now I daily a 94 Toyota pickup. Hopefully it's got a 22 RE. Or, yeah, anyway. 61 Coupe de Ville. Nice. That's cool. I have an appreciation for Cadillacs. My friend Josh is a humongous Cadillac nut. That's how I got the 61 on the channel. What model was that? I don't remember. I think it was a DeVille. Didn't have any badging on it. We weren't entirely sure exactly what it was. It was missing a lot of stuff. But anyway, he's got that 61. That was the drivetrain donor for his 58 four-door, which is awesome. He's still working on that. The engine might still be at the machine shop because it turned out it had a cracked cylinder head and a cracked piston. It ran great. So I don't know how to explain that. In the background of some of my videos and featured in at least one, I don't think I ever put that out either, now that I think about it. My friend Delton owns a 70, it's either 71 or 2, Fleetwood. But his is the, is it called the 90? Fleetwood, I don't remember. The longer one. It's like a partition limo with seats, extra seats. Is it 9? 3? 7? 7 passenger. Yeah, 7 passenger. Whatever. It's got the extra flip out seats. That's what I'm trying to say. Fleetwood, it's black. So it's like the twin of my yellow one, but it's bigger and black. Noah. Well, they both have the same firing order and cylinder layout. Fords are weird. I'm going to tell you something. I don't know if you know this. On the 302, if you number them normal and start Series 75, yes, thank you, Alan. Series 75, it's a bigger one. I knew it was a bigger number than 60. I just couldn't remember if it was like 86 or 90 or... Yeah, Series 75. It's a sweet car. I should do a video on the 2 Cadillacs. Yeah, I think I'll do that. that thing's sweet. It's got AC working in the back, and yeah, it's really neat. Anyway, Noah, Ford Windsor. Not when they did the cylinder swap one, so the old 5-liter. It's the same firing order as 18436.572 if you number it like a normal engine and you start on whatever. The point is, and you start on 2, if that makes sense. I can't remember how I figured that out, but basically it is the same order. It's just because they number everything stupid and the banks are shifted, their number 1 is over here. I don't know. It's just a Ford thing. Now, I don't really like Ford cars. I don't. There's some cool ones. I don't really like them. I have a great appreciation for the little Windsor engine now. I do like Fox bodies, and I've had 290s Mustangs. I don't fit in them very well, so, but I still like them. They're fun. My 5-speed, 5-liter GT 50 HO. It was a fun car. I actually drove that 2 winters ago. It was my daily driver in the snow. And that was a super fun car. I would bang shift it. It's actually kind of where I've gotten the most bang shifting practice was in that Mustang. Super cool. But not comfortable for me. I'm 5'11.5", so I don't fit very well. But anyway, the Windsor engine. The 302 that was in my Cobra replica made me a believer. The Windsor engine is great. It's weird, but it's great. And I've actually built one for a Capri, 79 Capri. Fox body. Super cool car. My sister is about to watch the last 2 episodes of House of the Dragon and is braced for disappointment. Stacy, tough call. Whole season was just a prologue to the big Targaryen civil war. I know. So, and that's why, like, they're going through the... are they making 4 seasons? Sweet Christ. I kind of thought it was going to be a special limited thing. Shows what I know. You could tell they were trying to, like, rush through. It's this time period, and okay, now we're skipping ahead, and then we're skipping ahead. And I know, like, the book that it's based on, which is a history book written inside of Game of Thrones, and it's this whole thing, like... Inception stuff, but it did kind of feel like they were rushing through those different time periods to get to the action. And I is better. I kind of just liked what was going on. There was less incest. I don't know. Anyway, the last couple episodes, they just didn't grab me, is all I'm saying. I'm sure when dragons start killing each other more. Sorry, did I spoil something? It'll be interesting. Muscle Car Mitch. My first job out of high school in 82 was at a Cadillac dealership. Nice. Wisdom Vendor had a 69 Caddy Fleetwood Brougham back in the 80s. Oh, yeah. So my Fleetwood 60 Special Brougham. Super nice. Low miles, letters, great shape. The body's, it's actually a little worse than when I sold it. Did I finish that story? I had to repo it from a tow yard because it was abandoned in Vancouver on the side of the road. Anyway, I got that car from a customer. We maintained at the engine shop for her for a long time. I won't say anything about the thing that I already said to spoil the thing, the show. Yeah, the guy, too many things happening. Yes, Dan, he dumped it down there on the side of the road. It got impounded. They never transferred the title. The tabs were expired and the water pump belt broke. Anyway, we used to maintain it for the lady that owned it. It was her only car. It was her daily driver. Saw her everywhere in that car. Twice, she almost wrecked into me in that car because she drove like a crazy person. She's a real character. Her name's Deb. She's fun. Very interesting. Cool old lady. Old lady. Cool, older, middle-aged lady. I think she's retired. Social Security age, but I didn't mean to call her old. She's cool. She's neat. We maintained that car for her for a long time, and she really appreciated it. And what happened was when... around the time COVID stuff started happening and we ended up booked out 2 months for a while, at least a month for like ever, she couldn't get the car in and she took it to another shop. I had already been through her carburetor and fixed it once and it was having like flooding problems or something. They went through the carburetor again. It started leaking gas everywhere and almost caught on fire. She had it towed back over there. They went through the carburetor again, and when she got it back, it would barely run. Also, they broke her power steering, but only after charging her $1,000 to fix her carburetor and put a gearbox in it. After that, she was so disgusted, the car just sat on the street for months, and she got a truck that was really cheap. She called me one day and said, I'm tired of watching this caddy rot on the street. Do you want it? And I said, yes, I do. She said, I love you guys. You know the car. I'd love for you to have it. Give me trade work on my truck. My truck needs a few things. Just give me whatever you think it's worth and take the car. Okay. I showed up to her house. I got it to fire right up and drive on the trailer. And I had it back on the street the next week. Dalton was actually going to buy that one. Weird stuff happened. I ended up getting it back. I had it for 6-8 months. I daily drove it for a while, and it drove awesome. But I just didn't need it. I had the 66 Charger, same ugly color. Didn't want both, so I sold it. But yeah, had to go repo it from Vancouver. I'll do a video on that car. Was that enough detail about the Cadillac? I think so. Wigwam Jones, of course, 22RE, Japanese Slant 6. You're damn right. 250K, no rebuild. I know heads and head gaskets happen sometimes. It's a Chevy. No, it's a Pontiac. No, it's a Buick. No, yeah, it's Cadillac. I like Cadillac. I really do. Chaos. Amen. No! That was almost really bad. Am I still here? Who's still out there? Who's got questions? If anyone has any questions for Prudence, she's happy to answer. She's the most faithful, consistent partner I've ever had. I don't mean in marriage. Please don't divorce me. Cat-like reflexes. Actually, I do, and I don't know how or why, but I do. Things get dropped, I catch them like that. I'm slow on the uptake, but I'm quick on my feet. Till I hit my head. How do you maintain your fine beard? Well, it's not fine, and all I do is grow it and brush it daily. Except this morning, because I didn't. I woke up kind of groggy. In fact, everything's got a mess. Sport a mustache. I'm strongly considering shaving it all off. Have for a long time. I've had the facial hair the whole time I've been married, and the whole time my wife's been back in the state, and the whole time my daughter's been alive. One of these days, though, I'd like to clean it up. Wigwam Jones, it's almost 11 p.m. I have to sign off. I'm one of those old people. Thanks, Wigwam. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. Wisdom Vendor, does your caddy have auto-dimming headlights? Yes, it does. It has auto-dimming headlights. It has automatic temperature control, power everything, 60-40 split seat, power on both sides, I think, power windows locks. It has, did I say cruise control? It doesn't work. Of course it has air conditioning. It had self-leveling rear air suspension, but the pump died. And it's funny because when I was working on the car for Deb, that vacuum pump, it's a vacuum-powered air pump. It was always down there when the car was running, going thunk, 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 thunk. And she called it his heartbeat. And one day the heart stopped beating and it just turned into a vacuum leak, so I had to cap it off. The air shocks were blown out forever. Well, I replaced the air shocks, and because the pump was done, I just put in a simple air valve, but I jacked it up and got the look, and it was cool. But when I was doing that, I found there's actually an air valve controlled by the suspension that sets the height. It's amazing. It is amazing. Power antenna, I'm not sure if it has one. It doesn't work. I don't think it does. But it does have an 8-track, and I didn't know that until I tried to clean the screen on the radio dial once, and my finger went through it because the 8-track's hidden in there. But when I put tapes in it, it plays super, super slow unless I push on it with my finger. So, or super fast? Super fast. Yeah, it's a different car that was super slow. That one plays everything Alvin and the Chipmunks unless I hold it. I know it needs adjusted. I don't know how to do that. I'd like to, though. YT viewer, didn't realize it's not just good, it's good enough was a community quote until going through the series again while editing images from home. I actually didn't remember that's what I got it from. I watched all of Community, but it's been, well, all of it. I watched through the season of the gas leak, which was 4, I think, after they kicked Dan Harmon off. when they kicked Dan Harmon off. And then I think I watched the next season, and it was better, but still not as good. And I think I just kind of stopped watching. And then I tried to rewatch it with my wife, but it just wasn't her thing. She's not really into the humor. Which is funny. She's a very humorous person. That's just not really the kind of stuff she likes watching. So yeah, we started rewatching it, but we didn't get very far. I can't remember who says it, but I can remember 6 seasons in a movie, and I can remember the Biblioteca rap. And wait, Steve Holt. Whatever. Anyway, the other little brother just drove by. What a night! He must be delivering pizzas. Muscle Mitch. I've had a beard since the late 80s. When my daughter was 2 years old, I shaved it off and she was scared of me until I grew it back. See, I've always been afraid that would happen. So I haven't done it. But then I've told her that I'm afraid that would happen, and she said, no, I won't be scared. It'll be fine. Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely the season of the gas leak. Mine has automatic parking brake release. Yes, mine has that too. I actually used that getting it off the trailer the other day because I had, what did I do? I don't remember. Anyway, whatever. Yes, it has the automatic parking brake release, and I didn't know. I was always confused where the release is, and it does have that safety release up under the dash, but then Deb told me it's automatic, and I tested it once and put it into drive and let go of the brake, and it clicked off. So, kind of cool. Or maybe I learned that, maybe it wasn't Deb, maybe it was my friend Sean told me that it had that feature. Hey Bigfoots in Mopars, how's it going? Welcome to the thing. We're getting near to the end of the thing. We're almost at the 2 mile mark? 2 hour mark. Good Lord. Every time I misspeak moving forward, I'm going to drink. I actually didn't spill any when I dropped it. Cat-like reflexes. Dan, worked swing shift on and off for years, missed a lot of TV. I, like many younger people, my age-ish, Miles, no, don't have TV. I watch TV shows online, which nowadays, like, we watch it just as much as anyone ever watched TV, so it's like the same thing. But sometimes when I try to explain things about TV shows to people, they proudly and defiantly tell me, well, I don't have TV. I don't either. Haven't for years. Miles just got here. Oh, so we can't end. Well, get here on time, and that won't be a problem. I make announcements when I'm going to do this, and it's also the same bat time and the same bat place every Sunday now, so just saying. Also, I saw you yesterday, so, which is weird. We were just talking about how, well, yesterday we were talking about how our little circle has kind of scattered to the winds. Miles was one of the people who was always at the other shop. Always. He's only been here like twice. To steal oil, mostly. Yeah, but do you think we can read? No. I'm just still going to call him brother-in-law Peter. Miles, yes, I'm aware. Oh, also Peter. Mossneck. Joke's on you, tough guy. I can't read. Dan, felt strange watching the shows during the day. Yeah, I'm sure it did. Miles, for the lulz. You never call. You never write. I'm usually here Mondays and Fridays. Not this week. Or last week. I helped you move stuff into the shop. I know! You've only been here like once since then to steal oil. Is that why you don't do community posts? Because I have the attention span of a gnat. Spanned? God damn it. I'm making this official. I only do community posts now. Once I posted a link to one of my videos that I thought was really good and no one watched. And it kind of worked, but only a little. And now I use them to let people know I'm going live, which seems to help. So I'll keep doing that. But yeah, it's really the only thing I've used it for. If you ask me, Facebook is for community posts, not YouTube. Anyway, in your house, I'll tell you what the Cummins, tell you what, Cummins is leaving its mark everywhere. Well, that's great news. All three of mine are. Actually, the third gen doesn't leak bad. Both of the other second gen, you know this, it's a major chassis and ground oiler. And the one I just got, just as bad. every bit as bad. He already had to replace the belt. I still have not done the horrible oil-soaked serpentine belt on that short bed 2nd gen, which despite having sold like 3 times is still here. That day will come. I'm still trying to fix the transmission. Oh yeah, community posts. No, we covered that. YouTube isn't Facebook and they need to stop trying. I thought you sold the CARSTAR 2nd gen. I've thought I sold the CARSTAR 2nd gen 3 times. I have now traded it to Tony for the M37, which I immediately traded for the Black Ram to sell to Dustin, and the sell trade. And finally, the papers for the Power Wagon, which I had technically already paid for, but he decided that I didn't pay enough, basically. That's the long and the short of it. But I got the papers. But it's still broken, so it's still here. So there are 3. Only 1 stick shift. Anyway, new Dead Dodge Garage Super Boring Sunday Special drinking game. Every time I misspeak, drink. That'll screw you up. Well, we are getting right to 2 hours, and despite everyone jumping into the chat right at the end, I'm still going to have to end it, so sounds fun. All right, glad you agree. Also, despite all the cellular phone problems today, it kind of seems like it's only about a 20-second lag, which is better. So, there's that. Every time you catch something, drink twice. No comment. Haha! Coward. Well, you get it. You got a family. They do kind of like to... Nice. My sister. I can't be an alcoholic again. I have too many kids. I'm way, way ahead on the drinking game. Nice. Drink. Ooh. Or every time I say something really stupid, you have to finish your drink. And Dan says, well, now Mondays will be a wash. Oh, yeah. Big time. Anyway, I do have a family, and I do enjoy spending time with them. So I'll head out pretty quick. Your family's asleep? Mine's not. Didn't you say they're going to Florida just for 5 days? I thought it was like weeks or something. Excuse me. I feel like I had props. Oh well. See you next week, Noah. If anyone else has something else to say, you better speak now or hold your peace, because I'm going to get the heck out of here. I hate to irritate Mrs. Jamie. Got to clean up pumpkin guts. Have fun with that, Dan. Feed them to the chickens. Miles, sure, I don't know. No, OMAC for 5, 2 weeks after moving to Florida. Oh. Huh. Okay. What the heck is an OMAC? Is anything an OMAC? I don't think so. Sometimes I see things listed there for sale. See you, Stacy. Have a good night. All right. Thanks for having. If you didn't hear, today's been the most busiest, most viewedest day in Dead Dodge Garage history. Oh, grandparents, that makes sense. And everything's going awesome. So thanks everyone for subscribing and watching and commenting and hanging out in lives, because that's super chill and great and fantastic, and I appreciate it. And next week there might be more people here. I don't know. We'll see. But thanks for watching, and I got more crap.